Pullman Park in Papakura, all set for the second match in the opening round of the New Zealand Rugby League Premiership. It'll feature the defending champions, the Akarana Falcons, against the Canterbury Bulls. The first match that has already been played today saw the county's Manukau Stingrays, the finalists last year, defeating Waikato 62 points 10 in a completely dominant display. Hello folks, Stephen McIver, Monty Beetham in the house, wherever you are around the country. Welcome to Pullman Park. It's a busy day in Auckland City, and Monty, I'm looking forward to this one. I think we might get a bit more of an even match as opposed to the first match where County just simply hammered Waikato.
We've got two proud provinces that have been playing this game for a very long time. You've got the Bulls who wanted to come from the other island, being the South Island, to come up here and play the locals at home, the defending champions. You always get excited for that when you play the reigning premiers.
Yeah, and Keith Hanley is the coach of the Akarana Falcons. And it'd be interesting to see how he feels about this one, because there's always a little bit of pressure, isn't there, when you're the defending champs?
Yeah, he's a bit of a smooth customer, Mr. Hanley. So it's about what he perceives. He's got some very good players on his side in terms of experience as well. Although you've got Aidan Ackland coming into the squad,
yeah,
be interesting to see how he plays in this regional level. But I'm excited about the players and what we're going to see in terms of a contest between these two, because the first match, although there was a lot of effort involved, not as much of a contest.
Now, we talked about the wind, just briefly, we talked about the wind. It's got worse, hasn't it?
It has. It's bitterly cold, to be brutally honest, and that's because, not just because I've got no hair on my head, but I tell you what, though, it all adds to the conditions and how you play the game. I think we saw in the first game that the kicking was essential, although the Stingrays were just so strong in their run game. They're very superior. All
right, you go and find a nice place to get warm, because you're back on sideline duty. Let's go upstairs with Louis Brown, the former Bull himself, and a very own Dale Husband.
Thank you again, Stephen, and I'm looking forward to talking with the Bull man over here, Mr. Brown. But let's have a look at the Falcons lineup. Well, we know that they're a good squad, and there's some real class in there today. Francis Ledger, of course, will captain once again. You know, he is a wonderful manager, and great respect for Francis and his attitude towards the footy. Interesting too in the front row with Kapawa and Whalelua Malio plenty strong. David Barnes at the back today, and they've got a very solid bench at their disposal as well, including Chase Bernard, who's been one of the very best in the Auckland Fox competition. Of course, the coach is the coach of the Tautatu Roosters this year. His name's Keith Hanley.
Keith, defending champions at the start of this very short season for the championship. Any pressure at all?
Oh, mate, I suppose there's always some element of it, but it's not something that we really feel or we think is part of what we do. We're just looking forward to a new season, trying to compete to be successful.
What have you changed stylistically in the way you play coming into this season?
We'll probably look to play a little bit tighter today. Our preparation's been a little bit limited. So, yeah, we'll probably look to be a bit more direct than we normally are.
I have to ask you a question. Did you take a look at that Counties game? Because you got Counties next week in a replay of last year's grand final. They look okay, don't they?
Oh, mate, they're always very athletic and strong and got a lot of skills. So, yeah, first we'll look to give Canterbury a run, and we'll see what we can do next week.
Are you running for council? Because that was a very political answer.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's in my DNA, mate. I'll just stick to the process.
Let's have a look at the lineup for the Bulls today, and again, some real talent there. Brad Campbell from the West Coast is in 7. Tevan Arona as well. Todd's been around a long time, so is Jordan Fido Kelly, coach of the Bulls. Of course, is the wonderful Bulls coach. Let's go to Stephen McIver.
Andrew, here we go, but up against Akarana first up. A little surprising?
Yeah, not usually where we start, but looking forward to playing the Premiers first up.
What has the pre-season been like for Canterbury?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. We came together a month ago and had a few weeks of field sessions, so you're well prepared, I think.
Congratulations, by the way, 4 in a row for Linwood. Is the Canterbury side made up of a lot of your boys and the other top teams?
Yeah, there's a mix there of, I guess, Linwood and Hornby, but also a few other guys from other clubs that make up the 17.
I'm always keen to know who can we look forward to?
Yeah, I think our halves combination is going to be key to our success. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing Brad and Tevan go at it today.
You're a little bit nervous, Coach?
Nah, just good to be back here. Looking forward to it. So, yeah.
Well, here they come, these two proud provinces. Handshakes at the gate as well as they come out to Bruce Pullman Park. If you've just joined us, this is in Auckland South, in Papakura, and the track is in wonderful condition for the first round of the NZRL Premiership. Well, Dale Husband beside me, my friend and compadre Lewis Brown, who hails from Canterbury, as we know, and he'll be calling from the commentary position. Sideline with us today, Monty Beetham. Great to have you along here on Sky Sport as well. Plenty of good talent in there. Lua Falialo, Tuingamala and Dyer as well. They're a proud franchise, this, the Akarana Falcons, and they're looking for number 4 in a row. They beat the Counties Manukau Stingrays in last year's grand final. They are stacked full of talent, all of them fresh off the Fox Memorial Championship. As mentioned, though, for the Bulls this year, and the 4th season in control, Andrew Almatangi is a fine footballer in his own right. I remember calling some of his football back in the day. He teaches at St Thomas, and I tell you, I'm really looking forward to seeing one of the young players out of that kura who comes with some big raps. Jopatang Thakambao as well in jersey number 4 as we look at their lineup. You know, one thing about the Bulls and about Canterbury Rugby League, you know, they've always been hearty. And of course, to celebrate as well, we know that former Canterbury coach Frank Endicott's been named as the coach of Tonga as we go into the international fixtures. Aidan Ackland in shot there. He's really come into his own. He's a really talented player, great footballing brain. No surprise really from that family. His name is so synonymous with the rugby league scene. Chris McMillan's in control of the action today. His assistants on the side, Anthony Elliott and Viggo Rasmussen. And it will be Akarana playing left to right. So we're underway with game 2 here of a double header from Papakura. And it's the Bulls who have first possession of the ball, and one former Bull, although only briefly, is Lewis Brown. Good to have you on commentary today, Lewis. What are you looking forward to from your home province?
I'm just really looking forward to seeing the talent on display here today, Dale. They've got a sour taste left in their mouth after last year going down 34-14 to Akarana, and also missing out in the finals through points differential. So I know there's a young lot of kids out here who, you know, really showcasing their skills, and you know, a team that's full of talent.
Justin Lynch with it. Your distributor is Kakoi, as the kick in the wind is going to be really important today, as we saw in the first game. A whopping big first half lead for the Stingrays. And up against Waikato, who really struggled in that first half. In fact, they didn't have the ball for the first 11 minutes. As a result, conceding a 62-10 result. As we see some big hits going in early on, and that shouldn't surprise any with his Warriors hat on, keeping the dome warm as Monty Beetham, Monty Tinakwe.
Good, Adele. Very good indeed. I'm enjoying this game already. Both sides have had their shots at the ball. Beautiful shape, pushing with numbers. I'll tell you what, that's going to be ensure that we're going to have a great contest out here. The second game, the first game was a little bit disappointing in the fact that the game got away from Waikato, but already we've seen both teams are playing with plenty of intent and a bit of possession each.
So the 4 is Nali Tuingamala, and he pushes it across to Ledger. Plenty willing to get into the thick of the action. Samini Kapaua. And also Salafalelu Amalio. This is Selinga. They're double whammies too, both of them really committed prop forwards. Great display of propping as well from Connor Purcell early on in the game, as we see Matty Tuitama get his first run with the football out of the Northcote club. And there he is, the prop forward. Comes in Alex Todd, ton of experience from Todd. And he wraps up Falelu Amalio just on the line. They'll push it across to the left. A little bit of a door opens and then shuts quickly on the tackle of Fido Kele. Big ups to our viewers too, and Canterbury, such a proud sporting province, and including rugby league. And here's some hot stepping from Ackland. I think he's in. Aidan Ackland has scored in the 2nd minute of play. Well, we are reminded that he is a prodigious talent, and there's another example of what he's capable of.
Yeah, I was really about to give the Canterbury Bulls defensive line there a real good rap there. Alex Todd cleaning up around the ruck. Tackle 5 try from there, Ackland. As we see the last play, comes out a great right foot step. And just too big, too strong. Johnny will be smiling back at home watching that, Dale.
Absolutely. John Murray, of course, proud parents. And it actually goes some way to just counteract. Would have been a disappointment for Aiden. He had the chance to kick for the Fox Memorial Championship. One of those moments you dream of. Wanted to get a little bit of that cleared up as well, though. So obviously got a blood eye there, or just above the eye. So that was because of his commitment close to the line. Your reading of it, Monty?
Yeah, absolutely. We know that he is a huge contributor in any team he plays in, and that time then he just showed his speed and agility to get across the line. We saw Canterbury Bulls defend very good, but you've got to be good throughout the whole sets, because tell you what, it's not just the big men coming through direct through the middle. It's a light, fast feet, those boys like Aiden Ackland.
He's been one of the top players in the Fox Championship in 2019. Just to clarify that situation I'm referring to, it was nigh on full time and a chance to win it from about 30 or 40 metres out right in front of the posts, one that Aiden would normally slot, but it just drifted wide. We went into extra time, and of course it wasn't Mount Albert who came away with the victory this year. The ball was going to Howick, and now we'll get some tape, get that blood out of his eye as well. You're watching the NZRL Premiership from Bruce Pullman Park. A little bit of running repairs. The reason for the delay, Aiden Ackland in after 2, 6-0 scoreline. Here's David Barner. Interesting story for David too, and you know, he's a wonderfully committed footballer, university graduate. Had a chance to go across to Newcastle, where he played, I think it was about 7 games. Then had a serious injury. Thought for a moment that his rugby league career was concluded as a result. Came back to New Zealand, and here we find him running around in the Northcote colours. He's now in Akarana. I'm told by Coach Hanley that David is in fact the first player with Indian whakapapa lines or genealogy lines to play in the NRL.
Interesting. He's one of the nicest men in rugby league I've met, David. Very respectful, especially when he was coming through the Warriors pathways. Got his shot at Newcastle Knights, and you know, as we see him here in the number 22 jumper, and he'll be someone that Akarana look to clean up that middle, especially around the ruck today.
He's a superb captain of the under-20s as well for a couple of seasons, if I recall as well, David Barner, like you say too. Lou, it's great to have him here. So some pressure on at the back. Because when we think back of the great names of Canterbury Rugby League, I'm very happy, as our viewers would be too, if they get a little bit of a roll call, stepping through. Just a few will come off the top of your head, besides yourself, of course.
Yeah, you know, Brendan Tuta, you know, the late, great Quinton Pongia, David Kidwell. You know, those some players that I really looked up to as a kid, coming through the grades. Also, Ray Baxendale, who's the father of James Baxendale, usually the captain of this Canterbury side, who's missing today through a minor groin injury.
Although I think the thinking there with Baxendale, who's been a teammate as well of Omatangi's, that played ball before, and wide we go out now to, is that Danny Latu on the far side for the Bulls? It is indeed, and the 12. On to the boot now of Arona, and read nicely at the back as well.
Yeah, great first set there from Canterbury. Went down that right edge side. The Latu, who's a big boy. Francis Ledger's really got his work cut out for him on there today.
Alex Todd played in the 2009 Bulls squad with James Baxendale. He turned 30 this year as well, the big prop forward. Lots of experience, and the co-captain here for Coach Omatangi. Teammates with as well. Thanks for mentioning some of those neat players of yesteryear.
We speak about Alex Todd. A relation of Brent Todd.
And the ball has been found here. Here's a run. It's David Barner. He won't have the wheels himself, I shouldn't suspect, but gets the ball away brilliantly. And it's Mari Tuitama who's in to score. Great play. A bit of a mistake, I see. Calling it home. Not so.
Yeah, Tuitama there. Got caught slipping a bit.
Wait till he taps.
Just out in the background, guys, we see Aiden Ackland just struggling a little bit over with his haunches. He's just come right now, but obviously he'll be a huge loss if he can't take further action in the game. Looks like he's fine. He's shaking it off. He's a very strong man.
It's been one of the concerns because he was slight of build, certainly through those 20s, and as we know, you can get some giants in the under 20s. So for some of those smaller players with smaller physiques, can be tough. Tell you what, he's got a Lions heart. He plays for the Lions too, so you can see the link there. But I'm liking what I'm seeing here from Canterbury. Always enjoyed seeing their action because they've got a real never say die attitude. This time it's Justin Lynch. He's to ground now outside the 20-metre line through the hands of Campbell, the coastie. Gets it on to Coleman. Still alive, chipping into the end goal and round to cover up fullback Dolu.
High. Not quick.
Cortez Dolu. Wasn't Manel, but now Tiatatu, his third campaign with the Akarana Falcons. Well covered up by the fullback.
Yeah, promising raid there from Canterbury. It was that big man in the middle, number 13, Michael Butson. He's from the Kaiapoi Bulldogs. He spent a bit of time in the Melbourne Storm system. He's a kid with a lot of talent. He's come back to Christchurch to bring that back to the Kaiapoi Bulldogs.
It's quite a rarity here in Auckland City. This is Manukau City, of course, in South Auckland, but normally the wind is sou'wester, drifting across from the west coast, but today very much almost a nor'easter. So it's going to be very important, particularly for the Bulls here in the first half, to work the wind well. This is Simon Luafalialo. He's been around a long time. This year played for Glenora. His third or fourth campaign now with Akarana. One of those experienced players who won't let you down. That's why Coach Handley was very pleased to have him in the squad. It's not the first time this afternoon that we've seen a kick slightly astray, not reading the wind as well as they might. Down to you, Monty.
Yeah, tell you what, both teams are looking like they're having a go. Looking to really play well as their deep breaths going out on the full. Doesn't help your cause. Play down the short side, looking for the kick shape, was potentially on to run. Out on the full. Legend knows all too well. That's not what you want to be doing early on in the game.
I'd like to acknowledge Andrew's success with the Linwood Kias, of course. He played all his footy for Linwood, and then when he retired from playing at this grade, he went as a player coach for, I don't know, maybe 4 years. Which finished in 2015. Now he's been coaching the Linwood Kias for the last 4. A 28-12 win over Hornby in this year's grand final. So in good nick as Fido Kelly has the ball. His brother Thorin too on the bench. Out it comes for Campbell, who works it out to Tangi Whakambau, but he puts the ball down. Your bet.
Campbell, young Brad Campbell from the West Coast, getting some early ball there to a stalwart of the Riccarton Knights, Taki Takabau. You see the wind, hold that ball up. Both sides are just seeing each other out here.
What do you reckon, Louis? Is it nerves or these early mistakes early on from even some experienced campaigners?
Yeah, a little bit of nerves. I know the Canterbury Bulls got up here at 7 o'clock this morning. No excuse though, they're on the big stage today and they're just kind of feeling each other. Monks, what's it like down there on the sideline?
It's a lot warmer than where it is for you guys, actually. Normally, the sideline's a place where you don't want to be, but you guys are up there amongst the winds and the gales. But tell you what, being nice and close to the action, seeing these two go at it head-to-head in this round 1 of the National Premiership.
I think we're doing it tough. Hats off to the Sky Sport camera staff. Sterling behaviour. Not a moan once as the wind buffets them left, right and centre. Especially big Gus. Tough as teak. As we see the inside ball coming on now. Always have admiration for our camera staff. Sometimes you're pretty tough weather. Here come the Akarana Falcons. Beautiful little run from Josiah Afu, but the ball has gone forward. I'm liking what we're seeing so far from the Bulls, and it was always going to be important, Lewis, that they were in touch here and didn't concede early in the game, and they're holding up pretty well.
Yeah, what I like about the Bulls is not perfect, but they're hustling well as a team. Real good team defence. As you've seen, a great little play there from Afu. Come out the right-hand side and got Ledger up on the left-hand side, pushing up through the middle. Unfortunately, a forward pass. I think Canterbury have just got to get through their sets, try and find a bit of field position. They're running into this wind. And these big Akarana forwards, they need to find them on their back.
One thing's for sure, you know, in a a code that, like others, are perhaps recognising that there are so many other ways to spend leisure time. Struggling for numbers, our code is no dissimilar, or no different from others who are in the same position. As we see a decent run here from Regan Stanton. Stanton to play the ball on the 10-metre line. Here's a chance for the Bulls through Campbell and now on to Arona. Straightening run from the back rower Lynch. Lynch still has it. Cut out of the tackle of Whalenua Malio. And they were offside, so the Bulls will get another chance. Michael Woodson is the back rower.
When you're ready, mate.
In 13, tap taken Alex Todd now goes straight ahead. Todd is a solid unit, but he couldn't get through that time around. To the right they come, and it's out to Arona. Spinning on the far side, Danny Latu.
I can't play on from that. We've got our feet in the ruck. Get a...
Chris McMillan.
Hang on, mate.
His
Here's your mark. When you're ready.
feelings known. Loud and proud. Latu on the charge. Latu! Repelled at the last moment by Kapawa. Campbell. A little show and go Campbell. Corkscrewed to ground that time around, and here's another attempt trying to back himself across the line. The grimace. Gets up to play the ball, and now to Arona. Looks to thread the needle. Nicely read here, but
No, don't.
knocked on.
Don't speak to me that way there, please.
Francis Ledger.
It's a scrum, it's a knock on.
The words there from McMillan. You know what he will and will not tolerate in the verbal department.
Yeah, Keith Hanley would be happy with that first set on the line there from Akarana. Really slowed that play the ball down. Canterbury Bulls looked a bit clunky. So we see Arona go for the thread the needle. The experienced campaigner and Francis Ledger. Too smart there.
Thanks, Matty. We'll go on, mate. Cheers.
Francis Ledger, as mentioned, has the respect of all of his teammates.
Chase.
Played in
We'll go down, mate.
Ipswich in the new
Hold on the line,
Queen's,
Dave.
or the Q Cup, sorry.
Stay down, boys. Ball's coming. Okay, stay
Last
down,
year's
boys. Here we
Domestic
go.
Player of the Year
Heads in Canterbury's
as
way,
well.
mate. Ball in seven.
Had an illustrious career as skipper for the Falcons. Surprisingly, going down the right edge this time for Canterbury and Penatitoe Leo. He has it inside the 10 as Arona's the first receiver. Todd backs him up on the inside. 8 from the line. Here's a good chance for the Bulls. Everyone's setting themselves. Butson run as decoy. Arona now to Campbell. Campbell leads the ball out the back. Finds Coleman. Coleman alive, and some work to be done out wide as well, but the pass has drifted forward to Stanton. And referee McMillan quick to pull it up. It'll be a scrum to be set on the 10-metre line.
Yeah, the young number 11 out here, Fa'ateli, young 17-year-old, kind of overran his line there from Brad Campbell. Kind of put them out of all sorts. You see him run his line at the back to Coleman. But great D once again from Akarana.
Kaius Fa'ateli, I really like what I'm hearing about this guy. 17, still at St Thomas's College, where Andrew Matangi is a teacher. And he said that he was one of the most outstanding, even in the Warriors pre-season game. This young fellow, that's him in jersey number 11. He's just put the tackle on. 17, and certainly one to watch.
Yeah, he's someone that, when the Canterbury Bulls played the Warriors reserve grade earlier on in the year at the new ground at Punawai, scored a big 60-metre solo effort. Really put his hand up that day. Got a bright future, this kid. And he's certainly under a great pathway with Andrew Matangi.
So the Falcons, the reigning champions, certainly not having it all their own way after 17 minutes, Monty.
Absolutely. Both of these teams, you know, the pressure's been on them early. I think Canterbury Bulls been shifting the ball, but...
Beautiful. Lovely ball. Beautiful feet from Lua Falialo. Runners on the inside. Will link up. Here's Aidan Ackland. Ackland away. Can he get claimed from behind? A diving effort. Keeps him at bay. And a wonderful effort. I think it's Regan Stanton who leapt over him. But otherwise it was a try for Ackland all up. Here they go though, the Falcons. Oh, numbers out there. Don't know who's going to stop you out there, mate. Here he comes to the line. And he can't get over on the far side. Sam Fa'apito,
made it.
but never back to 10. And it will be Akarana who'll have another dig with the football from close
We're
range.
not worried about that.
Yeah, the early shift there from Akarana. What I really liked about that, though, was the number of Akarana players in the picture. Ackland coming up from the inside. And then we had Stanton make a try-saving tackle. I thought Akarana could have just went through their hands there. And a great cover tackle there from Butson.
It's Bixala. He's just 3 metres out from the try line, and Afu pushes it onto Chase Bernard from the Glenora club. Rock solid in attitude. He's a real joy to work with, says Coach Hanley. Good D put on there too by Brad Campbell. Up against, well, a man twice his size, let's put it that way, and Solomon Vasafalangi. Right in front of the sticks.
Wait on the line and hold.
Up goes Bernard. Still searching for a way through on the far side. The ball's gone down, scooped up by the Bulls. Angled run, Danny Latu showing plenty of wheels, and he's out to the 40-metre line.
Yeah, great leg drive there from Danny Latu. He's been impressive on that right-hand side. It's only come up with a great read there on the fullback for Sierra, as we see Akarana on the attack, and now Canterbury straight back on it.
Campbell, here's the man we were talking about, the young fella, but this time he's folded in half. It's Kaya Fatili. Like what I've seen from Alani Kakoi. Hits it out to Alex Todd.
Stand 10. You guys.
Kakoi.
Hold here.
Looking for Linwood, dangerous around the ruck, comes with good reps as well. Here's Butson. Right in front of the post, 22 metres out. Kakoi holding it. Aruna, that ball's gone down and the chase is on. Mistake's been made.
It's gone
Referee
forward.
McMillan says, come on back, lads.
Scrum.
Ball's gone forward.
Canterbury ball.
Scrum with the Bulls to get the feed.
Yeah, Canterbury Bulls are really liking that right-hand side. We've seen Arona go to the line with the inside support. The subtle eye look as we see the runaway here. Look at the numbers in the picture. Akarana, Ackland, all good halves. Stanton over the top, what a great tackle.
Scrambling defence too as well to fullback Aiden. Sim,
Ball and Tiven. Out.
wrapped up. Just joined us, it's Bruce Pullman Park. You're watching the NZRL Rugby League Premiership. Four-way comp this year.
Up 21. Here's 7
Play
here.
3 games and then a final. Top 2 teams playing off this division. The Premiership featuring
Move now,
Waikato,
get on the
Canterbury,
line.
Akarana and counties
Wait.
Manukau.
Go 2 tracking.
It's Northern Southern Championship Playoff 2, the curtain raiser to the grand final. Mount Smart October 5 as we see the ball out through Aruna. Now here is an intercept. Let's see if Campbell can pick off. Well, you just think that the numbers are here for Akarana, and it's out into the hands of Lua Falialo. A desperate chase coming from Campbell. He shows great heart and courage, but he's unable to pull back Lua Falialo. There's too many involved there, but I salute the young fella. He had a decent try and cut it down. Lua Falialo goes in to score.
Yeah, saw Canterbury attacking the Akarana line. You saw down the right-hand side. It was that man again, Francis Ledger, coming up a great defensive read. Got the interception. 60. Little out ball there. Ledger. On 640 metres. Great support. Standing back there for the Canterbury Bulls. And Lele Faliolo goes in to score. Great chase by Brad Campbell though. Omatangi, Coach Omatangi will be disappointing with the Christchurch attack at the moment, the Canterbury attack, sorry. A bit clunky.
Well, no, you mentioned people in the picture. There's plenty of Akarana Falcons in the picture, and they were coming with speed. There was a lot of them. They were lining up. The chase back was good from the Bulls. This guy in the end, as all good wingers should when you're in the clear, not be caught. Simon Lua Palialo, very good try. They are the premiers. They rush out to a 10-point, potentially 12-point lead already. Be good to watch.
You speak about numbers in the pitches, Mont. As Akarana teams really started off their first campaign game with a lot of energy. They've turned defence into attack, as we see Simon, number 2, full length try.
Francis Ledger, he's got quite a distinctive kicking style, Francis, as well. He's just 22 metres out, maybe 12 metres in from the eastern touchline. To a breeze that won't favour him greatly, and he uses that breeze quite brilliantly to score the conversion as well. 12-0 after 23 minutes of play. One that went a little bit against the grain, an intercept 10 metres out from the try line, and able to let Luafalealo loose down that right edge to score, and duly converted as well. Enjoying life there to the try scorer, Simon. Hope you're enjoying the action here, wherever you're viewing it, right across the land. Wrap up to Wiki o Te Reo Māori, and just acknowledging Sky Sports' wonderful contribution to the one of the official languages of our country, providing commentary of this and many other games Wiki o Te Reo Māori through the course of Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori. Here's Bernard again.
Move 9! Alatia!
Good little charge here as well.
Up 9!
Getting out of dummy half, and now Alelua Malio, a wonderful contributor out of Manel, but McKay for a little bit of footy as well. It's about his third campaign, I guess, for the Falcons now. Big Sala. Chip over the top, and the bounce important. The Bulls have it. Slow to retire at the moment. They need to get on the board. At the moment, they are 18 metres away from the try line.
Yeah, Akarana's best set there, the real power game. So Canterbury get a penalty there. Bit of a pity back. Speak of the power game of the Akarana team. Just the ability of David Barner to find his front and get up and play the ball fast. Caught that Canterbury middle on the back foot.
Number 4.
David's got some genuine size nowadays as well. It's really been part of the reinvigoration that's occurred at the Northcote Tigers. They had a wonderful season in 2019. Been languishing at the foot of the Fox table for a long time, but this year really, almost fought their way into the final. You see again Danny Latu. He's got on his feet for a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's quite a big boy, but the leg drive that he shows on that right-hand side. I'll tell you what, Francis Ledger has been up to the task today.
Alex Todd up. Tofido Kale now. That's his brother, is the prop forward as well. So Jordan to his feet. Butts in. Latu finds a little bit of space. Oh, I tell you what. He's got genuine size, but he's also got a motor, as we've witnessed so far. Michael butts in.
Last tackle, Aiden, get on the line.
And it is the last tackle here for the Bulls. Campbell to Arona. Puts it in. Daulu reads the bounce very well. The Bulls try to push it back into the end goal. It looks as though they've been successful as well. So good result here for the Bulls with a back-to-back set.
Yeah, smart play there from Arona. Just realising where the set was going. See him go to the line. Put it along the ground. Regroup. Get all on the same page to get this attacking set. Hopefully get on the board.
Intriguing little battle here. 2 tries to 0. Ackland fought tough to get across the line after just a couple of minutes. Luafalealo a short time ago. Both have been converted. Todd winds up. Comes at Barner. Bernard's there as well in the mix. Todd to his feet. Butts at first receiver. Pushes it for Fido Kelly. This is Thorin. Kakoi. Short side. Picked up here by David Tonto. Tonto. Some good information on him as well. We'll share and a moment as we stay with the Bulls. Looking very encouraging out wide. This time through Jordan Coleman. He plays the ball and they push it into the right-hand side. Sweet as for them. And it's Ila Leo who crosses on the far side of the field. The Linwood winger in the New Zealand Merit team last year and proves why he is highly regarded by the Bulls connections, including Coach Matangi. He scores down the right edge.
Yeah, smart play here from Campbell and Akarana, the halves. Realising they're coming down the left-hand side. As we see a play here from Brad Campbell. So you see the winger in there, Alaleo. But it started with Brad Campbell. A play that we see in the NRL quite often is the double drop with a lead runner at the back. And Akarana gives to Coleman. And the smarts to look down the short side. Found that big winger, Alaleo. You see an interesting kicker here. We speak about this Latu boy. Not just great leg drive, but we'll see what he's like with the boot too, Dale.
I've been impressed by him down the right edge already. So it's a tough kick for him. Just getting back to the Campbell boys. So we know that Brad and also there's another Campbell in there, is there? Or it's just Brad who travels each week. There are a couple of them come across from the coast.
Yeah, a few of them come from the coast. We saw Brad Campbell get to display his talents last year for the Canterbury Bulls. One of their probably more impressive players. And the young Akarana, Tevin Akarana, plays for the Hornby Panthers, who you spoke about earlier, were beaten in the Canterbury Grand Final by the Linwood Cares.
The wind didn't assist Danny that time around. So it stays at full 12-4 scoreline here as we come towards half an hour. Your thoughts at this stage of the game, please, Monty?
Well, I like the fact that Tevin Akarana played what was in front of him. He jumped down the short side and he threw a face ball. Risk versus reward. I tell you what, though, that's great vision. He had the gumption to throw that long ball, even though we've seen a few interceptions today. Very nice try. This game is being somewhat of a contest already. Enjoying it, so too are the crowd. A little bit chilly. They've been warmed by the display that they've seen them. David Barner and boys from the south.
David Barner in shot to do a little Mickey out to Gerard and Deb Stokes. Will be watching on today, I hope. Sitting on with the Bulls, and Andrew said he bumped into Stokesy there a couple of weeks ago. I take an unusual sort of pride when I see Ben Stokes whacking that ball for England. I'm thinking, hey, he's a leaguey from Christchurch, really. And Andrew was saying that he played in the under-18s maybe back in 2000s, coached by Stokes. Ben used to be running around.
Yeah, I've seen Ben Bullboy the Canterbury Bulls a few times. The little orange-headed boy running down the sideline.
Yeah.
He's certainly got rugby league in his veins, that family. You see 30 minutes in. Big minutes here from the Canterbury middles. Todd.
Just trying to create some opportunities. Campbell's showing a whole lot of skill at the moment. This time he picks up Regan Stanton. Comes back on the inside. Regan. He's the other West Coaster as well. Regan comes across for training. They'll opt to come down the short side as Butson gets hold of the ball, throws a little bit of a dummy, and then the ball just drips forward to Tangi Whakambau. And that's a real shame too. I like what I'm seeing from Michael Butson. You say he's got plenty of experience, and that time around just overran the pickup with Juppie and jersey number 4. Otherwise it could have been a try down the left edge.
Yeah, we spoke about Butson earlier. Just as Billy here, get off the right foot, skip overs. Probably should have given the ball earlier. But he's someone to look out for. Someone that's been in the NRL systems of the Melbourne Storm, who are in their finals game tonight against the Canberra Raiders. Who you back in there, Dale and Monty?
Well, I think Bellamy's like a maestro, isn't he? He's just amazing what he's been able to do with players others haven't fancied so much. He can bring them into his fold. Next thing you know, they're absolute champions. So I'll be sticking there. I don't know, which way are you leaning for that one, Monty? Well, that he's listening to us.
No taringas. No taringas.
Come on, go. Oh, yeah, taringa, Monty.
Going over some of the name changes here, team. I believe some of the names are wrong. Just getting some information through via Facebook, would you believe it or not. Apparently it's Kaius Latu, not Danny Latu, but hey, we will remain to see what gets given through by the officials.
Come again? Facebook is never wrong, though, as we know.
Got to get that status up.
Hey, listen, if you're watching today and you get a bit haw-ha with us, we do our best to get hold of the accurate names, but some of these footballers don't know their own names. Hey, we know this bloke's name, that's Buxton. He's the inside, we know him, his name's Campbell. Oh, have a look at it. His name's Akarana. Great play here from the Bulls. They're on the boil at the moment, going big. Back it comes now to Jordan Coleman. He starts hot stepping around a little. Coleman gets it back for Campbell. Gets slammed across from Tui Tama, who comes in on his blind side. Dummy half work here for Justin Lynch. And a little blue, but some encouraging signs there from the Bulls.
Yeah, great attacking play. That try over in the corner has really done well for their confidence. But what I really like was in the picture, we saw the halves connecting. It was that man, Michael Butson, again with the offload, the right-hand offload. Like good halfbacks, Campbell for the middle. Torona. There's plenty to like about this Canterbury half, these Canterbury halves, Mons.
Yeah, absolutely. But I can just give you an update, guys, on it. So it's Kaius Fa'atili in 12 and it's Danny Latu in 11. So those are the changes. We've come across it. Thank you, Facebook. We know now that Kaius Fa'atili is in 12 and Danny Latu is in 11.
17, here 14.
Well, the bloke at 12 looks like he's 30, and the bloke at 11 looks like he's 17.
14, get up. Hey, boys.
But
Hold.
you guys have noted, would that make sense to you at all there, Lewis?
16 up.
It didn't actually. I haven't been back to Christchurch in about 12 months.
Can I ask you to just pop along and check that with the Canterbury connections, please, Mons? But if that's the case, then all that we've said of both players, we reverse. You just make sure of that. So you're saying the big guy, number 12, who kicked the conversion, is actually Kaius Fa'atili?
Yep, number 12 is Kaius Fa'atili and number 11 is Danny Latu.
All right, thank you. Well, apologies there to our viewers, and thank you for letting us know. Eh?
Wait for the tap.
First time seeing either of them for me.
Hold.
Yeah, apologies to both families. You've certainly got two talented boys out there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, roll away. Here, mate, here. Hold. Wait, here.
Just really just a jersey issue, wasn't it, for us? Okay, let's get back in it.
Hold here. Hold. Yeah, no control. There's no control.
Well, I've
been really impressed then, if that's the case, by Kaius Fa'atili, who's had a super game down the right edge there.
Too late.
He's been awesome.
He's had a great game. A lot to like about him. See Akarana get the ball back, come up for a small mistake there. 5 minutes into the end of the half.
3 tries so far in the match. One to Ackland, Lua Falealo, 2 after 18, both converted.
Out.
Leo with 12 to play in the first half. Crossing for the Bulls.
Stand, Francis.
I feel that the Bulls are getting the advantage wind-wise in this first half, so they'll be battling against that scoreboard and wind in the second.
Have a watch out for number 14, just come on the hooker era, Justin Lynch. From the great proud club of the Ricketed Knights, my junior club. And young Taki Takabau here.
That's him just wrapped up 14-14. Isaac Miskey, who makes the tackle there on Lynch. Dave Tongaton. Galadesia. This is proper name, goes by the name Dave as well. Here's the kickoff, Aruna. I see red at the back by Daulu. Played strong so far, Cortez. Oh, Akarana, balls popped out the back for Aidan Ackland. Bounce was debatable. Referee McMillan, looks okay to me. Coming in to get hold of the ball, it's down for Apito. Little run for Apito. This would top try scorer in the Fox this year, 19. He's had a point share for Apito. It's still alive. Francis Ledger thinking about Dolu on the inside. Good tackle from Lynch, puts him to ground. 15 from the line. Danger time here for the Bulls too. As Chase Bernard gets hold of it and straightens his run. He's to ground, 8 out and right in front of the posts here for Akarana. Looking to add some extras in the last 2.5 minutes of play. Through Ackland now. Ackland sends it out wide. Good defence. Still alive though, and the grubber kick through comes off the feet of Lua Falealo. And now we've got a bit of an effort down the left edge here for the Bulls. It's shut down on the 30-metre line.
Yeah, back and forward has been this first half. So yeah, Coleman come up with a great pickup, and then he's come up with an error. 2 minutes to go. It's a big play for the Akarana Falcons. Tell you what, Dale, I'm really enjoying this battle between the two number 7s, Ackland and Campbell. The two biggest boys on the field, but they've certainly got a lot of skill.
I'm really impressed by Campbell, how his game has come on in the last year. You could see why he was given an opportunity last year, and going again with him through Almatangi, he's certainly on the improvement. I guess that shows the sort of commitment he's showing to his footy and his development, that he would trek across the hills all the time to get involved in a higher standard of footy.
Yeah, his ability to bring his players onto the ball. He's not the biggest man, but he's certainly got a big heart. And you spoke about his dedication, coming over from the West Coast to Christchurch each week to play and train. And he's certainly reaping the rewards at the moment.
Here's Bana. Charges forward. Twisting and turning to his feet now as Ackland has it. Short ball, that's been lost. Bulls have it. To the back this time. It's Jordan Coleman who will take it 15 metres out from his line. Campbell to dummy half. I think it's been a good half by the Bulls here. They're giving themselves every opportunity to. Down by 8, but not much in it. A hearty showing from the Cantabrians. Short of the 40. Dummy half work from Lynch. Now Bitson. Again, wrapped up in the tackle of Miski. Miski, of course, also from Te Atatu, ex-Lions player. I think he might have played for Canterbury at some stage as well, Isaac Miski. Certainly had a run with the National Universities squad. So here's the talented Kaius Fa'atili now, showing the skills, and the inside ball is quite brilliant onto Justin Lynch. What an effort here from the Bulls, superb in the last few moments of the first half. There is the try awarded, but it's that man, Fa'atili. He's had big raps. We might have had his name wrong, but we've certainly had how impressed we've been by him, right? We thought Danny Latu, but it's actually Fa'atili, and he just shows why everyone's giving big raps to the kid.
Yeah, write that name down. Fa'atili, 17-year-old boy, playing like a man today. Come off the right foot, the leg drive of the man, the power, the speed. The young 14, Justin Lynch, creeping up the inside for a much-needed try, Mons.
Oh, absolutely, and just on the break, as you would expect from a side that has been fighting for everything they've got today. It's been a true contest against the reigning premiers. Don't forget this one's on TV. There's a lot to play for. You mentioned that they came up here. It was an early start, but it's not showing out there. Should go into the break with just a 2-point deficit. Make sure the halftime talk is going to be somewhat different to about 10 minutes ago.
Kaius, of course, outstanding, and while we have noted how good he is on the track, you know, he's already been spotted. He's played for New Zealand 16s, 18s, secondary schools as well. He's 105 kgs and very, very mobile, close to the man of the match, as we mentioned in the Warriors pre-season hit out in Otautahi, Christchurch. And this time around, he raises the flags as well. Wonderful talent, one to look forward to in the second half as well. I hope you're enjoying the action here from round 1 of the NZRL Premiership from Papakura. At half-time, it's the Akarana Falcons who lead, but only just. They lead the Bulls 12-10. You're watching League right here on the home of rugby league in NZ, Sky Sport. Well, here's how it all panned out. Only 2 minutes had passed, and then this nuggety, talented, gutsy little halfback, Aidan Ackland, gets hold of the ball. Took a whack to the lemon as well as he goes in to score the first try, and it was 6-0 for the Akarana Falcons. It took another 16 or so minutes. And let's have a look at this one with Lewis Brown. Lua Falealo in to score.
Yeah, Lua Falealo. And we speak about that man, Ackland, but all good halfbacks rolling up the inside. As we've seen a great tackle there from the west coast of Stanton. And Arona hitting short. Ledger, the 40-metre intercept. Certainly an entertaining game so far, Dale. It was that man, Lua Falealo, the runaway try. It was all Akarana. And then Canterbury snuck back into this game. A great short side raid, face ball there. Alileo.
And at that stage it was 12-4. There was still a long way to go, but the Bulls stuck to their guns. Here's the young fella that everyone's got such big raps on to. Caius inside ball to Lynch. And lovely Fa'atili. He's been really good down the right edge. He had his name wrong of jerseys back to front, but what we do know is he's one to watch in the second half, and I'm looking forward to it as well, because there's plenty to like about what we're seeing from the Bulls and the Akarana Falcons. Half-time, it's the Aucklanders and the reigning premiers. We have it by 2-12-10. Stephen McIver and Monty Beetham. Some interesting football at hand in the next 40 as well, fellas.
Well, Dale, as expected, very tight football from two sort of juggernauts, you might say, of regional football. But you've got to talk about the 17-year-old, Caius Fa'atili. He's a big unit for 17, isn't he? Mum fed him well.
He's a big lump of a lad, but he knows how to play the game.
Great feet.
That's obvious. He's got a great skill set. He's obviously a good kicker, but just that nous upstairs. I mean, you don't normally get that when it's probably the second game down in Canterbury. But geez, a wonderful kid, and it's great to know that he's signed up to the Warriors.
Andrew Omatangi said he was keeping club combinations together. Brad Campbell, Tevan Arona from Hornby in the halves, certainly guiding them nicely.
Lovely. I think Brad Campbell in particular, I think he's very much the old school type half, very showy, and he drifts across the field, loving what he's doing. And then Tevan Arona, when he came down that short side, after throwing an intercept early on, he backed himself again, and it was a wonderful try. So I love these two combining. You mentioned the combos clubs and so on, some in the middle, some through the halves, and I like the fact that they're playing really well, and they're showing up at the moment, a very good side out of the Premiers.
Yep. There's nothing in this one. 12-10 from Pullman Park. It's Akarana just with their nose in front ahead of Canterbury. There is more on the other side. Stay with us here on Sky Sport 4, the home of the great game.
Well, it's all on here at Bruce Pullman Park for this round one of the National Rugby League Premiership. 12-10 scoreline. The reigning premiers have the advantage at the moment. But there's some great footy in store for us here. Lewis Brown, Monty Beetham with us as well. Stephen McIver presenting. And there he is, Chris McMillan. He is the referee. Hope you're enjoying the action. 12-10. We're underway off the boot of Jordan Coleman. Winded the back of the Falcons. But we know that there's a hearty attitude on display here from the Cantabrians. The Bulls into it with gusto. Roger Tafur is into the mix as well in jersey number 16 for the Bulls. And no doubt, Andrew Omatangi knows his squad well. knows them, having watched their domestic comp so intently through this year. He'll be telling them that they can win this one, and what a great start that would be, Lewis Brown.
Yeah, it'd be installing that confidence that was shown in the last 20 minutes from the Canterbury boys. And he's a smart coach, Andrew Matangi. He looked to his halves, Campbell and Alona, to steer this team around the park. And Akarana would have left that field feeling a bit disappointed at the end of that half. Smart play there from the hooker, kicking early.
Keith Hanley would have told them to utilise the wind as well. Young fullback too, has a ton of heart as well. And the New Zealand A team, I think, Canterbury age group systems come up through the Scorpions as well. And Jordan Coleman, an eye out for him. He's produced some good work for Andrew Matangi and his teammates. Thoughts early on of the second half. Let's go sideline with Monty.
Well, Akarana, obviously the premiers, and I expected a lot from them early on, but the Canterbury Bulls and what they've been throwing at them has been great. Very much a contest at this stage. Maybe it's a nervous start for Akarana, and now with the win at their back in the second half, I think some of their halves wanting to step up. We could see what these champions are made of.
To his feet, 42 metres out, onto Brad Campbell. I was very impressed by Campbell's game in that first half. Something of a late hit there by Barno, but nothing untoward. And fullback Daulu has also been impressive. His taking of the high ball, his positional play has been quite exceptional at the back for the Falcons.
Yeah, certainly one to watch, Daulu. Both fullbacks have been great here, including that man you spoke about earlier, Dale Coleman. Akarana coming forward here with their outside backs. Working that middle over. See a pity back. Oh.
I know,
from Crispin
it's
Millen.
unfortunate, but that's how it
Have
is.
you ever met a halfback who didn't steal the ball? Ooh, that's what they do. And good on them for having a
I know it's unfortunate.
little go at it.
One-on-one.
Justin Lynch. Cops a penalty, but it's not a lynching affair. As we set back now for the number 3. David Dyer with the ball, and it's out to Ackland. Chase Bernard knows but one way, and that's straight ahead. Lynch downstairs, wraps him up out of dummy half, peeling away the meters. Josiah Afu. Sire, they call him in the squad today. Afu from Northcote. He's actually the Few boys' nephew, if you remember the Few brothers from Northcote. They were very popular characters back in the day. Very skillful and tough, though, Josiah. Playing in the 9 jersey for the Falcons today. Crossfield run here. Right in front of the posts, and once again, this talented teenager who is there to halt the run, David Dyer. The Bulls will have to be on their game right here. Calling each other to attention, staying focused, stay on it, intercept, well done. Good play as well as Matthew Sony gets the ball. Sony's been around for a while, a bit of a veteran, New Zealand resident as well. In fact, I think he played for some, had run with the Warriors in his junior days as well. Here's Fa'atili once again. Gee, I'm liking what I'm seeing from this guy. Danny Latu as well. We had you guys confused, but Danny's had a strong game also, so just short of the halfway. Ton of attitude here, and what a run here. That's perfect. Look at Butson go. Gets the ball away. Oh, this is good on the far side of the field. Okay. Regan Stanton gets bundled into touch, but hats off to some skillful play down the edge there by the Bulls.
Yeah, that man Butson, number 13, his ability to run a hard line. He runs over Ackland here. As you see Sony come up with a smart play. The outside backs get in. Eleleo, then Sony, then early ball to Butson here. Over top of Ackland. Getting that right arm free. There he was, Brad Campbell. Stanton not quite finishing off, but a great sign there from early start there from Canterbury Mons.
There's been some strong ball carriers, very direct. You know what, though, there was one concern for me was Justin Lynch defensively. He is somewhat of a bit more of a passive tackler, so I think if you're Akarana, if you want to come through the middle, and you know he's only slight stature and he's giving it his all, but some of his technique leaves a little bit to be desired. Wonderful with the ball in hand, though, no doubt about that.
Good now.
As this Ledger dishes up. Yeah, the whole attitude of the Bulls starting to sort of filter through each and every one of the 17. At the moment, I think their confidence is starting to really lift. They're thinking, hey, we could be in for an upset victory here at the start of this 4-week tournament. Kick downtown from Eden Ackland is superb. The bounce, though, gets in the hands of Regan Stanton. Well, he was either played for or was being hunted by West Coast Rugby as well. Nickelbo with the football as well. Drop in the centre. Play the ball. Everyone's having a go at the moment too. Leo comes in from the right wing, starts surging through the middle as well. So they'll have a go for you, boys. It's Kapau and Whanelua Malio make the tackles. Numbers out here. Here's Caius. Out the door. Look at the ball to Sony. Super cool from the kid. He does a good job once again. 20 out from the line. And to quick play the ball. Caius will be first receiver once again. Fa'atili, hard to contain. Got a few strings to the bow, this young fella. And now down the right end through Arona. That ball has been scooped on or scooped up and then lost. So no advantage. Let's see which way let's see which way that the scrum feed will go. Then we'll go down to Mr. Beetham's sideline.
Oh, just loving the energy from this Bulls. Over the years, they've always given us something to be proud about in terms of how they play and the brand they play with. That guy there, Caius, he's a big reason to why they're being so exciting, especially on the edges. Some direct running, some good shape. Wonderful play from this Bull side. Very good to see. See there Lynch, I think, with the ball steal.
Skipper Ledger feeds the ball on the 10-metre line and it's out through Ackland and then the straightened run just short of the 10.
Yeah, Monster spoke about the Canterbury Bulls over the years, giving us reason to smile about, especially us proud Canterburyans. They've got a big event down there at the end of this tournament. They've actually got the New South Wales country touring down there, and also Toss Samoa. So it'll be a great opportunity for these players to play against some professional players and some Australians.
Absolutely, and the tests as well. I think also maybe Fiji PNG get into the South Island as well. They're playing a double header in the Garden City. It's going to be awesome. There's plenty of good footy to come here on Sky, and if you're able to take it live. That was a tough one. Did we take it, Stanton? Really his first mistake today.
Yeah, it's one of those spiral bombs. See, Eden Ackland, smart play there with the wind at his back. There's Regan Stanton. Doesn't really look confident under that one. Comes up the first error of the Canterbury Bulls for the second half. Clean bowls him here. And Akarana get their first attacking chance. Second half.
Danny Latu waiting for his opportunity for a boarding pass as well, but this is slightly unfortunate too for the Bulls. They've put themselves under pressure here on the 20-metre line as the scrum is fed by Aiden. Off the back and down the right side they go. Danger time here for the Bulls. Defence is good on Dyer. David Dyer. Nice scoring machine. Chase Bernard with it. Decent defence put on him as well. There's a chance. Duitama need one more pass towards the line.
Okay, roll away now.
Rally doing Omala.
On the line.
Up to Platt. Back to Ledger. Hot passing as well through Barnett to Bernard.
Up now.
He's wrapped up. Good D.
Wait 17. Wait. Go for it.
That's Butson as well. Ackland, there's a runner on the inside. Won't know, and I thought he'd go all the way, and then he was halted in his tracks.
Wait 14.
What a decent piece of D as well. Still, the danger exists here as Ledger does the cutout ball on the far side. I tell you what, the Bulls' defence has been absolutely exceptional in that set.
The hustle and the scramble they showed in that set was outstanding, and the man that led it was Butson. Come up 2 try-saving tackles. He's not just good on attack, but he's certainly stealing up that defensive line for the Canterbury Bulls, Dale.
They've been wonderful. And the defence here, the tackle here on Akarana, I thought he was straight through and then wrapped up and dispatched like a Chrissy present. Back we go, and here he is again. This is Caius. Have we liked this play today? Have we liked this kid's play today? You better believe it. And it goes to Akarana. Oh, outstanding play. No wonder they're talking in glowing terms. Big ups to St Thomas down there in Christchurch. They must be laughing all the way to the titles. And Andrew, of course, a teacher there. When I spoke with him last night, he says, you know, keep an eye on this guy. Yeah, we had our names back to front, but by crikey, he's been impressive today.
Yeah, now, did you say that he's part of the Warriors?
I think somebody did. I don't think it was me. Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. I'd love him to be part of the Warriors. I tell you what, that'd be a real high finish to the year for a kid like that was in the system at the Warriors. Jeez, he's been wonderful today.
I tell you what, they have their blinkers on if they haven't already got wind of him. And I'm sure we'll see a bit more of him. But gee, it's exciting stuff, isn't it?
He's very, very exciting. But I think what Coach Omatangi will be very, very pleased about is the way they turn their goal line defence into that attacking rate down this right side. For Tali, too big, too strong, and like all good number sixes. Arona travelling up the middle.
Spot on, Louis. Their transition from very good defence straight into attack and to run pretty much 100 metres to score a try like that. The confidence will be building amongst this Canterbury Bulls side. Don't forget, this is against the reigning premiers who won it the last 3 years in a row. The sun is shining on this young kid and also the team that is the Canterbury Bulls. Well done.
When I first saw his name, I thought it was Cassius. Hey, another S. Tell you what.
He's a great back rower. He actually reminds me of a guy that was big for the Canterbury Bulls back in the early 2000s, a man named Chris Newton.
Chris Newton, I remember Chris. He was awesome as well.
Yeah, great leg drive. Good stalwarts of Canterbury Rugby League. Lucione. Shane Byers. Obviously, the Corey Laurie, who plays for the Canterbury Bulls.
It's great to be reminded of them too, Lewis. So there's your try scorer, Tevin Arona. I'm a little hesitant to give young guys big raps because it puts undue pressure on them as they're just finding their feet, what they want to do in life. But some stand out, don't they?
Yeah, what I really like, you talk about not giving young guys raps, but this young number 12's made us give him raps. You know, we haven't pumped his tyres up from the start. We got the names wrong, but he's certainly made us get the names right.
Yeah, he has too. So, and just to let you know, I give him a bit of a yell when we're in a half-time break, so that when he goes back and looks at the tape, he won't think, oh, look at them, listen to those two dopes up there. They got it all back to front. He gives us a smile. He says, okay, mate, been enjoying your footy. And I hope you have at home too as well, a name to watch out for. Now, the Bulls keep the ball alive that time. Starting to see a bit of a spring in the step collectively here. Their sense of self-belief takes another boost. Thorin Fidakale with it now just short of the 40. Bulls into the ground. Butson's been very important to this surge that we're witnessing here from the Bulls. Remember, they were down 12-0, quarter game time. They've fought their way back to a 16-12 lead. At 16 unanswered points. And again, we see this young man showing his wonderful array of skills. There's plenty to like about him. They go wide. Good play at the moment for Coleman. And it's the last tackle. Thought they might have done just a little bit more with that time, with the ball that time, Lou.
Yeah, he could have let go of it there, Coleman. But a great attacking set from the Bulls. Start off in their own half. Just the ability of the energy they want to run harder than the Akarana players. Finding their front too easily. And they went to their strike play on the right-hand side. Just them flip onto defence now. Akarana be looking to the outside backs to get them some front foot ball.
You've got to get the scalp of the reigning premiers. You've got to make sure you have better ends to your set of six like that. Really great job to come down this far, but you're disappointing end to that set of six. Has to be better.
So Ledger, he's been around the game a long time, and he knows how to get across the line in tough encounters. That's what they're witnessing at the moment here, Akarana. I know they wouldn't have taken the Bulls lightly. Hanley's been around too long to be dismissive of what they're capable of, the Bulls. And, the ball, with the assistance of the wind, goes all the way down to the back where it's taken by Regan Stanton. He takes it back to the 20-metre line. Bulls looking to create something from their own half. Straight run through Jordan Coleman. He gets to his feet now. He's short of the 30-metre line, out of dummy half, and trying to sneak a few extra metres. Talented Campbell is on the 40 now. See the return here of Alani Kakoi. Jersey number 9. Scrambling effort to get every last bit of whenua. Now on to Maddie Sauni. That's the final tackle. Look for Caius. Stephen and Caius have created great opportunities and to knock on just what they were after. Francis Ledger was a little mistake. He doesn't make many. That time he tried to field the football and it's proved too difficult.
Yeah, lucky break there for Canterbury. Probably wasn't the best option to throw Morona that kick there. Not enough power into it. Get it off the hook there. But I've really been impressed with the Canterbury outside backs. They're back 5 today. Coleman, Soni, Alaleo, Anitakumbau, Stanton. They're certainly getting this Canterbury Bulls outfit onto the front foot.
They're very much a team effort from the Canterbury Bulls. Attack and defence. Great to see.
Justin Lynch is replaced by Lani Kakoi. See Silinga Kapawa also waiting for his boarding pass. Campbell, good hands at the scrum base. This is Danny Latu this time around. He has it outside the 20-metre line. Looking good down the left edge. Dangi Takambo with the football. He comes back into the traffic, straightens on his run. Picked up on the tackle there of Maktar Futu. Puts him away on the 10. Can the Bulls go again? 16 unanswered points as Latu kicks it alive. Coleman to Stanton. Round the outside and a wonderful try for the Bulls.
Yeah. The boy that's come off the bench, Kakwe, little slight deception, going to his right, coming back down the left. And a smart play there from a hooker, Monty.
Absolutely, look at that. You show open, you come down blindside, and you play it at pace. That's the great thing about it. And quick hands. Don't have to go to the skip balls. You just play the hands, and the ball will beat the man every time. Nice bit of play. Man, Danny Latu. Shows that he can have an influence on this game, just like Caius Fa'atili can. Both players, 11 and 12. Those are good things. Love it when you play a good short side.
Great football on display here by the Bulls. And, you know, whatever grade of rugby league you enjoy watching, there is some undeniable skill on show here, and the Bulls are displaying most of it. Remember, since the 18th minute, the last time that Akarana have crossed the line. So to try to lure Falealo. Since then, 4 tries. Laleo, Lynch, Arona, and now Stanton. So very classy stuff. And here we go with Caius. Can't seem to put a foot wrong this afternoon. So he's been great to commentate on and to watch. Be witnessing the early stages of a real champion contributor to our league culture. Let's see how he goes here with the conversion. Second rowers with kicking duties as well. Just not enough. He's quite into a stiff wind there as well.
Big legs. Not enough there. What I've really liked about the Canterbury Bulls is their composure to get back into this game. Down early 12-0. And I've really been impressed with their bench. Come on to change the tide. Look to Akarana. That man Ledger, Ackland to get them back around the field. And someone that's really impressed me off the bench for Akarana has been Chase Bernard. Someone that can create second phase play. We'll be looking to someone like him to get back in the game.
Police officer Chase, and these are the sorts of mistakes that you look at the clock, you feel a little under pressure, quarter game time gone, and Francis Ledger really makes those sorts of errors. The wind picks the ball up, pushes it across the western touchline. Bulls have it now. They'll have it from the centre of the park.
Wait for the tap.
Brad Campbell. See that he's put a lot of effort into training. Got solid thighs, strong legs for a young halfback. This time is Danny Latu. Good carry for him. 20 metres out from the try line. Plenty of people willing to have a go too as Fido Kelly comes in. This time it's forward. He's to ground, as you can see, right in front of the post, just a few metres away. Arona, first receiver. Out it comes to Fa'atili. He's got hold of it and almost pushes his way forward. Dummy half playing, looking for a bowl over from dummy half. He's short this time though, Sony. Fa'atili and Arona, gee, they've been a combo today. Angled run for Butson. He's been a wonderful contributor. Down the short side, it's Arona again and looking to put the ball through, but reading the play nicely, Ledger.
Yeah, great level from Ledger. Like Mon said earlier, if you want to beat the Premiers, you've got to come up better set-ins than that. Be a bit let down by that, Arona.
Hold, stand up. Go two.
There is Ledger, first receiver. Up quickly on D as well. Alani Kakoi working hard. That's him in the headgear in 9. Good play. Tilly upstairs as well. Shows he's good on D as well as on attack. And he and Butson have been superb today, haven't they? Here's selling a Kapawa. Good run from him too. He has been around for a long time. Knows his way around the footy field. Kapawa, point share this year, played on many Fox, many national competitions. He's an old hand as well. That kick is pretty poor. Stanton gets up to put some pressure, and it's still play on. No, not this time. It's been knocked on. Knocked on by Canterbury, as you can hear in the background. Referee McMillan.
Yeah. Big run there from the number 20. Really something that Akarana needed, the attitude to go forward. And another let off for Akarana. Ackland coming off the side of the boot. That's the only problem with those spiral bombs. Don't hit them right, that's what happens. Enough hustle to get around the ball. And we see, as we see it here, Stanton going for a one-on-one strip. Low percentage play.
Been enough in his game though to be impressed. As mentioned, he's one of the guys who travels from the coast. Try score here and maybe Tuitama. Wind up time for Whalenua Maleo. That right off the Akarana team. Yet here is Bernard. He's now only 13 metres out from the try line. Dummy half work for Afu. He'll go to the right. It's Ackland who has the ball first. Then keeps it alive for Lua Falealo. Runners out wide include Dyer. And he's to ground. 8 away from the try line. 20-12 with just on 16 to play. Aiden Ackland now over the top for Bernard. And he goes, and he can't get through. Fa'atili is just all over the place today, this kid, and Butson as well. They've been like the dynamic duo, these two. Hotter than Batman and Robin, going off, if you will. Here comes Ledger, building it up now. Lua Falealo comes in from far out. And he gets backslam. Tevin Arona survives, gets the turnover. 8 points in it. 16 minutes.
Yeah, a bit of an ordinary attacking set there from Akarana. Not much punch in it. Big D set for them now.
Beautiful run. Beautiful run. And the big number 2 throws a dummy as well. This is Ilalio. He's already scored. Bit frustrated as well. I sensed the back row up. Coleman, out they come wide. Here they go with Latu. Bit of a dummy from him. Here's Arona! Slices through again, and the Bulls are doing the business here in Papakura.
Yeah, like all wingers, Aleleo comes up for a huge run. the smarts to take the tackle. And then that man Arona finding his big man, Danny Latu, comes back off the left foot. You see Alaleo, too big, too strong. The speed, the size, the ball skills to throw the dummy, the smarts to take the tackle. And it was this man Arona finding big Danny Latu come back on the left foot. Once again, backing up Arona. What a game these Canterbury Hearts are having.
Well, what makes you a good player is when you got effort on effort. Ilaleo, he made the break, but then he fought to play that ball fast, and as a result of that, they got on the back foot, on the front foot, they went to the edge straight away. As you mentioned, Latu off the left foot, like all good halves trailing up the middle. Lovely bit of work from Canterbury Bulls. Coming 100 metres, transition once again has been outstanding. They've been good today.
Let's also acknowledge Amatangi's decision to keep the halves combinations with their club connections. And there have been some wonderful hands being played here. Arona has been superb as a backup. He's also a thoughtful footballer. He's got plenty of skill and a whole lot of guile as well. But his ability to back up on the inside has really paid off here today. And if this kick goes over, well, we're talking 26 unanswered points here against Akarana. Let's face it, other champions, so it's been a superb effort. We went into the break 12-10 after a fighting effort in the back half of that first 40. Let's just see if the young fella's able to put a little bit more gas on it. And again, the wind is his nemesis, and it's held up. But still the scoreline, pretty impressive, 24-12, not far to go.
Yeah, speaking to Andrew Umatangi before the game, the Sao TAFE left in the mouth last year, all finishing on the same points, but the points differential came down to the final of Counties and Akarana, and obviously Akarana coming out the winners there. And last year when Canterbury played Akarana, they just got out-muscled, out-bullied, and they knew what kind of standard of football they needed to play here against the reigning premiers. They certainly played it.
They come with their A game, and it's been great to witness and enjoy. And there you go, the commentator's mocker. First real mistake I've actually seen from Jordan Coleman, who I think's had an exceptional game. You say they were on the 6 o'clock flight this morning, were they? Yeah,
up here early. I think it's about an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, that means they would have been up surfacing just after 4:30 to get out to the airport. So it's a tough old gig, but that's the reality here when you're playing provincial footy. They're not going to fly you up and put you up at the Hilton, are they, on the night before?
No, I remember I used to play NJC and Bartercard and would be on the first, the first flight in the morning. It's not easy for your preparation, but if you come away with the win at the end of the day, Dale, it's certainly a lot nicer going back to Christchurch on that plane.
So Chase Bernard is here. Hey, listen, don't write off these Falcons guys. They've been around. There's a ton of experience in there. And of course, you've got a very cagey, well-respected captain in Francis Ledger. He'll be calling the troops together right now, and don't be at all surprised if the Falcons don't get across the line shortly. The big man has control of the football and takes it forward, Solomon Vasufalangi, and he's wrapped up in front of the post. Let's see what happens here as Kapawa spins towards the line. In fact, it's Falalua Maleo. Last tackle on the Falcons. Can they hold them out? There's Bernard. I'd say the answer here is yes, the Bulls can.
Last one. Toddy, hold the ball there, mate. Take it back. Take it back.
Well, wonderful effort.
Back, Toddy. Back.
The defence has been good. The running of the Bulls has been good too.
I like that one.
Most are pretty naff. You don't have to acknowledge them either.
Wait.
That's just a bit of Marx Brothers in my personality.
All together! 19, hold! Hold!
Wind's picked up, Dale.
Sure has.
All the way, boys, and hold. Wait!
It's been great. Blowing in favour of the Bulls at the moment, isn't it? Superb. Here he goes again. Ilaleo. He's been problematic here for them. And here he is again. Teven Arona weaving his magic. He's got a runner there. Will he use him? Teven to the line. He does it himself. Arona, you're a winner.
Oh, what about that? It's like deja vu, Mons. Aleleo breaking the line, and that man again, Tevin Arona, come up for a great finish.
Yeah, well, the great thing about it is the fact that they're going 100 metres to score tries straight away after defensively being sound in what they do. Louis, it's exceptional when they come here. They come out to an edge, beautiful hands from Caius. And this guy, you sure he's a wing? He moves like a winger, but he's as big as a forward. He's been fantastic out there, Ilalio. Of course, Caius tries to come up. He just takes off a bit of the flies as that man, Tevin Arona, goes, you know what? I think it's time for me to shine here, young man. I'll do the rest and I'll go over myself.
My, Arona. That's incredible. And that's his third try. So it's just been everywhere, and good on him too. You know, we knew he had plenty of skill coming into the game, but he's just really shown his commitment and his ability to sense where to be. Has been right on the money today, right on song.
The young fella, see if he's got a bit of wind here today. Get this one over, take it out to 30 points to 12. Like you said, Dale can't cut the Falcons out yet. And they hold the ball, they've looked very, very strong for the middle, the Falcons. Just waved away to the left. Really enjoying the energy of the balls. They're really looking forward to digging their goal line, and then they're really enjoying getting on the front foot. Those 100-metre tries. It's been unsung here on this right-hand side, Aleleo.
What's the confidence that you get from playing in a game like this, being 12 points down and then scoring 28 points unanswered against the reigning premiers? You'll take a lot from this. You go away as a team, especially when you're on the road. You get a win, you bond, you take this back and you just grow in it. I think this is huge for the Bulls.
I agree with that, Monty. It's absolutely the tonic for the troops. I've been very, very impressed with what we've seen here from the Cantabrians this afternoon. Very humbling as well for the Premiers, the Akarana Falcons. They now know that it's not a two-horse race. They expected that it would be against Counties Manukau, who had a wonderful victory, 62-10 in their first encounter here today against a Waikato team that struggled from the get-go. But we have seen this Bulls outfit come and say, hey, we're well and truly capable. I think we're in for a wonderful tournament, albeit a short one, compressed into a month. So there's going to be a lot to like, and I hope you can join us next week as well, where we bring you more action. This intriguing competition, deliberately compressed into a time frame that coincides and supports the club games and the club competitions across the land. It's a kick that finds its way to touch on the far side of the field. And plenty of brawn and a stack of brains as well, the Bulls at the moment.
Yeah, smart play there from Brad Campbell. Once again, those outside backs, Stanton getting involved. Akarana team being up 12 points, 28 unanswered points from the Canterbury Bulls. Coach Umatangi's had this team for a few years now, a few players in the system, getting used to the coaching style. Butson's really impressed me today, number 13. He's put up his hand, especially in the absence of an experienced campaigner in James Baxendale, who's yet to come back into the side and really add experience to this Dale.
Well, Baxendale, a famous name in rugby league circles, of course. You get a chance to look at and to congratulate a number of the players on board at the moment. Ackland down. I'm not sure if it's is it a cut? I hope it's not concussion, because he's taken a few belts over the years, young Aiden.
He's a tough character, isn't he? He's a bit like his old man. I remember when I was at the Warriors, Johnny would get on the bike in the morning, and some of the boys would play some tricks on him. They'd change his toothpaste around with deep heat, and he brushed his teeth a few times with the deep heat.
Oh, turn it up. Who would do such a thing?
Johnny Voigt. So the boys got him a few times with that.
It's an absolute legend of the game, Johnny Ackland. he's seen so much talent come through. He's taught them so much. Thankful that he's been around the domestic scene and a little bit higher up in the honours. Wonderful player, and it's good to see that their name lives on in his son.
Up now, mate, get up.
Let's call it the final of the Fox Championship, and a decent friend who's been around the league scene for a long time. He says, hey, talk to John, he'll give you some interesting bully, but if you want the truth, talk to Marie. That's John's wife, and true enough, John, thank you. He did give me some decent bully. Listen, speaking of which, I had the pleasure of talking to all 4 coaches who featured today, and all 4, Morgan Kutia, Spencer Taplin, as well as the 2 coaches involved here, Andrew and also Keith. You know, they were just so professional in the way that they represented their franchise's interests. 10-15 minute corridor with them about their teams and what they were hoping for in this tournament. I must commend the level of enthusiasm and professionalism that they had in that role. So thank you to them. Thank you to you for enjoying this afternoon's game. I trust you have too, because I certainly have here from the commentary position. The last game was so one-sided, it makes it a little bit more difficult. But still, it's not pushing wheelbarrows, up a mountain made of broken glass and bare feet. It's commentating rugby league, which is much better than mowing lawns.
It is better than mowing lawns. But we've seen a great display of footy here today. And you spoke about the 4 coaches who have been such loyal stewards to their provincial teams. You speak about Morgan down in the Waikato. Obviously Keith here of Akarana. And young Spence, who's taken over the county's Manukau team, who's doing a great job.
All good.
See a smart play there from Kakwe. Rolls that to the sideline.
We're into the last 5 minutes, so I know it's always tough to pick out one player, but in fact, you don't have to. Just some players have stood out for you from either team, not necessarily just from the winners. Monty, you first.
I think the young man, Kaius Fatelli, can't believe he's only 17 years of age. He's a wonderful talent. Tell you what, it's going to be interesting to watch over the years.
Yeah, what I've really liked about the Canterbury team is the way they've played as a team. The young halves, I like the support play of Campbell, Marona, the way that they've controlled the field. And then most impressive has probably been the Canterbury bench, the way that they've came on and really added their energy when they needed it there in the first half.
I'll tell you what I look forward to, gentlemen, is waiting to see what the Brainy Premiers bounce back with next week. I know that it was a bad day. Obviously, for them, a few people sort of not up to their usual best, but being the Premiers of the last 3 years, I think they're going to go back, and they'll come back a force to reckon with.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that too, but 28 unanswered points is it should be of concern to the players and the coaching staff as well. I'm sure it will be, and they'll try and address some of their shortcomings. I'm pleased you mentioned young Brad Campbell. I think I've really enjoyed watching him go today, and the growth and the maturity of the way he manages the game, his thinking game, has been superb, and he's one of many that impressed from Canterbury as well, but certainly Coastie is enjoying his footy, and we're enjoying watching him as well. Here we go with Falilua Maleo. He gets the ball away. There'll be a late run here for a try, but it's purely cosmetic now for the Akarana Falcons. They have to concede they were beaten by a better team here at Bruce Pullman Park this afternoon.
Yeah, as you see Ackland come back off the right foot there. Akarana will be looking to finish this game on a good note with something to go into next week, confident about.
Still with a chance and some stepping from Vasufalai. But just cut out the ball and trying to pick up some magic out wide, and it is achieved as well as the wing gets across. Well, it came late, but it does improve the situation. Otherwise, they're going into the sheds with 28 unanswered points. So a late try here, 28-16 with the kick to come from right in front from Whaapito. Of course, as I say, 19 tries this year with the point Chev, Squad X Otahu 5 years, 6 years back, still in his 20s as well, but he's got plenty to offer. But just eye off the ball a little bit there for the Bulls, who knew they had this one in the bag.
Yeah. But John Matangi a bit disappointed with that. Inside defenders clocking off. See Francis Ledger. And we see the young fella at the back here. But Tele down for knee injury, I believe. Hopefully it's not too serious. Very, very sour way to end a great game for the young fella.
Well, it would be a real shame if he's done some significant damage there, Monty. I didn't really see what happened, whether he stepped awkwardly or whether knees clashed. But either way, he looks in a fair bit of distress at the moment, Kaius. The number 15 coming on for the Bulls. Storan Fidokele. Coming off will be Kaius. Let's hope he's able to walk off. Bit of concern being shown at the moment by the referee in the background as we get another look at it. Nice touch as well. That's the Akarana trainer there, is it?
The Canterbury trainer, yeah.
Oh, the Canterbury trainer.
It's going through the precaution reasons. See the knee test. I think it was when fella Apato come back on the inside. The young fellas ran into the replacement.
Just a reminder too, 62-10, the scoreline earlier in the afternoon. Waikato barreled really by the Stingrays. This young man with such potential, forced to limp off after being a strong contributor to what is in fact a magnificent victory here for the Bulls. Away game for them. Steve Barner looks on, he too is an experienced campaigner. So we'll recognise that the better team won on the day. Strong performances across the park.
I'll give you one person that's really impressed me today, Dale, was the ref. Chris McMillan has really let this game flow a bit. And he's not too heavy on the whistle. He's got a great haircut too, that fresh fade.
Actually, I was too polite to say anything about it, but now that you mention it, it's looking pretty deadly, don't you think?
Flat top.
Or a hat. Yeah, I didn't quite notice. Just you know.
It's the little things that our man Lewis Brown notices. He's a man of fashion and class, aren't you, Lewis
Brown?
True.
No, he is. He is a pretty stylish dude, is Lewis. I'll go with that.
Time on.
How's that fashion label of yours going?
He is going great, Dale. Bill's collection.
Bill's collection.
Yep.
Only the most stylish individuals sported, all right?
Yeah, we've got some great people in it. Some NFL players over in the football league over there. A few NBA players, a few of the All Blacks.
Good on you.
So it's going well.
Then we've got Stephen McIver wearing it too, along with the white shoes.
That's all good.
White shoes and grey hair.
Earl's collection. It's a great look, and there's the tap back and trying to stick one. Still on the go. He's had a beautiful game today. I've really enjoyed watching him. Yep, he's been one of my standouts today. Michael Butson winding up as Fidokele. Superb effort here from the Bulls. The hoot are about to sound 28-18, and they have been absolutely excellent tonight. They conceded 2 early tries, but since then, completely dominated proceedings here in the sheds at 12-10. Second half was all theirs as well for the Bulls. As we see, Arona once again put the kick into the in goal. It's gone over the dead ball line. We can only be seconds away, and referee McMillan will say, "Thank you, linesmen. Thank you, ball boys." It's been a superb effort, but here in the NZRL Premiership and round 1 at Papakura, it's been an exceptional performance, and it is the Bulls from Canterbury who win this one against the Akarana Falcons by 28 points to 18. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. You guys who enjoy rugby league, plenty to like about how it went as we get another look there. It's Aidan Ackland as well. Regan Stanton coming in from the side. These Cantabrians will jump on a flight and whip on home, but they'll be full of pride for their effort. First up in this championship this Premiership put on by the NZRL.
Yeah, I think what really impressed me today was the standard of rugby league played by all teams. You know, the grassroots level. It's never easy to get the game growing, but these 4 teams that have played today have really showed a high standard of the semi-professional game. And Canterbury will go back on the plane with 2 points. Coach Umatangi will be happy with that, especially being down 12-0 early in that first half.
Exceptional work. Let's go down here from the connections for Canterbury with Monty.
Tevin, after a very early start this morning, I'm picking you're not so tired now. How are you feeling?
Yeah, man, I think we got to the airport at like 5:50 this morning, so big day of travel, and then just tried to muck around before the game, but yeah, energy's up now. Happy years with that one.
Well, you did it tough. You were down by 12 points to 0 before you got going. What kick-started you?
Yeah, I don't know. I think just our defence on our line really lifted the boys. I don't know what it was, but we just kept turning up for each other today and got our energy up, and I guess it paid off in the end.
Well, the Bulls have been a long, proud servant of this code and been a great name over many years, but can you feel something special building within in this team?
Yeah, definitely. Andrew's done a good job of getting us all together early and building a good culture in the team, and we've been building, trying to get that Bulls brand back on top of the NZRL Premiership, so hopefully we keep going and take it one game at a time.
What do you take most from today?
Just that how hard this competition can be and how quickly the other team can come back, so we'll just build on next week and try to improve more, and yeah, hopefully we can go a long way in this comp.
Anything you want to say to the people at home?
Just we got, I think, 2 more games to go, one against Waikato up there next week, and then one at home in our new home in Canterbury Rugby League in Apunua, so hopefully we get a good crowd there, and we keep picking it up.
Well done, mate. Talking now to Francis Ledger. Francis, commiserations. It was not the usual thing that we'll see out of your side, especially being reigning premiers 3 years in a row.
Yeah, definitely. I think just the Fox season here got us a little bit. I think there was a few of us teams that didn't play in the grand final this year from our region, so I think it caught us in off guard, and they were able to get the win today.
What hurt you the most besides not being able to play enough football?
I think just our mistakes. I think when we did make mistakes, when we transitioned to defence, I don't think our defence was up to scratch. We just let their big boys get their roll on, and you know what it's like when the big boys get the roll on, you're on the back foot, and yeah, that's it.
Over the years, it's been somewhat of a 2-horse race with yourself and the Stingrays, but now there's a new team in town, the Bulls. How excited are you now that there's a real competition in here?
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations to the Bulls for the win today, which is the big thing for them. Like Tevin said, they've been building for the last couple of months. So I think for us, it's just back to the drawing board, back to see what the coach has for us. We've got a lot to work on, and obviously just bonding together just after the Fox season. I think we were a bit behind the 8 ball today, and that showed in the result.
Always so gracious. Thank you for your time, Francis.
I'll just say a quick shout out. I'll just say a quick shout out to my family, my kids, hello at home, and just the boys that I look after at College Road and Home Your Way. Take care.
He's a very pleasant man, Francis Ledger, wonderful captain, and quite obviously to a family man. Not too far from the aerodrome out here, and we know that this team were flying today. That's the Bulls, 28-18, and they're going through the wash at the moment, the Falcons. Hope you enjoyed the action. We'll be back with more in just a moment here on the home of Rugby League and NZ, Sky Sport.
Full time at Pullman Park in the second match of round one in the NZL Premiership, and the Bulls have come out and laid down a marker against the defending champions, winning 28-18 after being down 12-0 at half-time. Well, 12-10 at half-time, being down 12-0. Coach Andrew Almatangi joins us now. You must be one very satisfied coach.
Yeah, pretty stoked for the boys and for the province. It's been a long time, so you'll really enjoy this one.
Down 12-0, were you confident you could get that back?
Yeah, I looked at their tries and incept try and one on last tackle. So, yeah, I thought we were right in it if we could manage to score a try and come back.
Andrew, one thing that was most impressive during that match, your line defence. You held them out and held them out well.
Yeah, we like to pride ourselves on our D down south, and the boys today delivered. So, yeah, it was great to see them hold them out well.
You and I talked pre-game about your halves, your Hornby combination. Teven Arona comes out a bit like in the first game. We get a hat trick out of him.
Yeah, no, it was great to see Teves do that. He's missed a lot of the club season, and yeah, today his leadership and support play was awesome.
How important is that halves combination to this side of yours?
Oh, it just makes that transition to rep level a lot easier, having some combinations and the boys understand each other's game well.
Could you please tell us about Kaius Fa'atili? Is he really 17?
Yes, he is really 17.
He doesn't look like 17.
Yeah, no, he's outstanding talent, and yeah, just great to see him deliver, you know, on that top stage as well.
Took a knock to his knee. He's going to be okay against Waikato next week.
Yeah, no, he assures me he'll be fine. So yeah, looking forward to seeing him next week.
Well, mate, I know you got a plane to catch in about an hour, so we'll let you go and we'll check out the points. So congratulations, mate.
Cheers,
Good
mate.
first up win. Andrew Almatangi, the coach of the Canterbury Bulls. So there is the wrap up of today's first round of the National Premiership. Stingrays too good for Waikato, 62-16. Although Coach Spencer Taplin said not happy with the 16 points we leaked in 2018 after being 12-0 down. The Bulls get the Falcons. The points now look like this. Well, obviously you get 2 for a win, and that's how it was, but with the amount of points the Stingrays scored, they are the top of the table with the Bulls, Falcons and the Waikato Monty. That was an impressive performance by the Bulls, and as they said, Teven said to you, be good to have the brand Bull back.
Yeah, and you get excited about the brand, which is the Bulls, which is over the years have done some wonderful things, but I haven't seen a lot of them of late. But I tell you what, it was a great day on the road. You know, I think that what they'll take from that will be an absolute belief and confidence that will be unrivaled. You know, it's come back from 12 points down against the reigning premiers in the last 3 years in a row. Exciting stuff. Great kids as well.
All right, that's us done for our double header at Pullman Park. Don't forget, lots more footy still to come. Waikato versus the Bulls at 1 o'clock next Sunday. And then, of course, 3 o'clock is the Stingrays versus Akarana. From all the team here on Sky Sport, former home of the great game. More footy to come. Yes, the finals in the NRL still to come live right here on Sky Sport. All set for the second match.